Ready for part two, and good afternoon and welcome to America's Home Cooking. This is coconut bread. You're going to have to grease an 8x8, make sure it's glass, okay, an 8x8 baking dish. You're going to need to set your oven at 350. Okay, this is made by hand. This is the only way I know how to make this recipe because this is my mother-in-law's recipe. Somebody might know it by a different name, but she just called it coconut bread. She always made it during the holidays. Okay, where did I put that butter? Okay. So you're going to need a stick of butter. I know. Okay, you need 1 stick of butter. And you're going to need 1 cup of sugar. I have a measuring spoon. Yeah, there they are. So this is done different. Now, when she says mix, she expects the hands to be used. She doesn't expect anything else to be used. This is how she did it, and this is how I was taught. So, at one time, women didn't have mixers and stuff to do, so everything was done by hand. So that's how they had to make things work. Could you imagine grating that coconut? So we're going to mix this with our hands. If you wish to go a different way, you can. But this is how it's done. It takes longer. I know it does. But she just kept working it with her hands. And she shared this recipe with her son, and her son shared it with me because she died from cancer. So she didn't have time to teach me the fruit cake that she used to make. I got a lot of her recipes that I know of, but I missed a lot of them too. But I just hold on to what I have, and that's it. So as you can see, this is how she would mix it like this. Just think, if we went back about 150, 200 years and we didn't have mixers, we'd be doing it like this anyway. So it's all new. What's old is new again. Now, we're going to be using some canned coconut milk. Okay, you can use some milk, regular milk if you wish, but we're making it the way they make it. We're going to use the milk from the coconut, fresh coconut we did as well. And you can see, let's see. You see, you can fluff it up with your hands. You just have to work it. Yeah, I should use the mixer because I still got hand wash to do. So you mix this thoroughly up. Okay. Now I have to wash this off so I can measure everything that's coming in mixed. The hardest part about this whole thing is actually with the coconut. Nothing else, mostly the coconut. Getting it out of that shell. Like I said, get your husband's hammer. Get a good hammer, and you're going to have to whack it. Okay, now let's see. What does she want me to put in there? I haven't even made this in years. All right, we're gonna add the milk to this, which is the coconut milk, which we got out of the coconut. Pour that in. The little spots you see on are part of the coconut, so don't worry about it. We're adding baking powder, and that's a whole tablespoon of baking powder. I didn't get the baking powder down. This was what my husband left down. That's why his didn't rise, but it needs a whole tablespoon. And for salt, it's a half a teaspoon of salt. Definitely use iodized salt, I would recommend. Alexa, thank you. Okay, say hi to your best friend as well, Ernie. Okay. Now, we're adding everything. Oh, yeah. We need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay. And we're going to put the bitters in. Now, they say a teaspoon of these. Okay. When you smell this, it has a very unique smell, which is really going to help this dish. They want a teaspoon of that. And you see, it doesn't come out easy. It's a little on the expensive side, but you don't use it often, but when you do, it's really nice. All right, let me make sure I put everything in here. I don't want to miss anything. We got the coconut, the baking powder we put in, the salt, vanilla, and the bitters. Mix well, and then add the flowers and raisins. Now, hold on a minute. Where did I put that can? You are probably going to need coconut milk, but if you don't have it, you can use regular. I do a lot of making rice and stuff. You just didn't see the recipes. I don't care. Then he doesn't have to sit there and watch it. So keep some milk or coconut milk on the side. I keep coconut milk on the side, and if I have extra, I like to make coconut muffins and use this. And it's really nice. So we're going to mix this up, and then we're going to start adding flour. You set your oven at 350. And how will you know when you need the coconut milk? Thank you, Mary. Oh, H is back again. He's saying stupid stuff. Okay. All right. We've mixed this up. Now we're going to start adding flour to this. We'll get to the raisins soon enough that you can soak it. We're going to add this coconut that we did. Okay. Don't worry, we'll be adding flour too. This is where we start adding some coconut milk or regular milk. And they don't tell you how much, it's just that you just add it. You'll see as we work it how it goes. Emmy. Okay, thank you. This is the only way I can show you. She has no measurements for this. It was all taught with eye, with what you see. Okay, we're going to add a cup at a time. This is all-purpose flour that you're using. We're going to add another cup. It takes 3 to 4 cups. We're going to add another cup. Seems like you guys are going at each other. That's ridiculous. Sound like a bunch of elementary children carrying on. Like your mama wears cowboy boot. Army boots, you know. That's what you sound like carrying on. Just trying to get the last bits of this mixed. It's down on the bottom. I don't know what kind of grandparents you have, but they sleep all the time. Probably in a nursing home and not being cared They're not on their own. They just retired from life. Okay, we're going to put the raisins in here as soon as I can get some of this off of my hand so we can get the raisins. Here's the raisins and the rum. And you're going to mix these in. And then we're going to put this together and get it into the oven. We'll dress it and get it ready. I mean, we don't want to waste, you know, any of this rum. Absolutely true. Walk. Just leave them out of the conversation. All they're going to do is look stupid. I mean, there's nothing else we can do about that. This is where having these phones and people having them doesn't work, man. I had to get permission to use my parents' phone in the house. And I could only stay on for 5 minutes. Okay, you've greased an 8x8. You got the rum and everything in this, and we're going to move it into here. Now this will take somewhere around an hour, maybe a little longer, a little shorter. I don't know. It just depends. This is what you're doing. You're patting it down. Let me wash my hands and get some of this off so I can work better. If yours is a little dry, wet your hands so you can work with it. But it shouldn't be. All right, you're going to need a wooden spoon. You're going to say, what do I need a wooden spoon for? You're going to find out. You want the blunt end of the spoon, and you're actually going to make a tic-tac-toe where you have 9 slices here, and that's how you do it. You press into it because it's going to come up, so you want to make sure you make a good dent in it. Okay. Now you're going to take some sugar. And you're going to sprinkle over it. Okay. And we have to bake this. I told you it's a very easy recipe, done with your hands. It's not a lot of work or anything, so you can go A, B, C, D very nicely. So a 350 oven right here. Now, she used to tell me, well, he used to tell me because his mother said it, cooked till done. They always say it probably, there's no cinnamon in this. There's only Angus bitters and vanilla extract in this dish. It's coconut bread. Coconut bread is what we're making. She always told her son an hour plus or minus. I let it stay in for an hour and then I'll check it with a toothpick, 37, so it'll be 237 when it's done. If you're unsure, stick a toothpick in, and if it comes out dry, it's done. Let it cool before you deal with it. Okay, I mean, don't try to eat it when it's hot or anything, because remember, when you bake in the oven like this, the dough is not set. Cray, yeah, it's new. The results are really nice. And if you want to treat your family, have that for breakfast with milk. For the children, your husband would probably want, or you might want it with coffee or tea. It's very good. Good afternoon, Matthew. But it's a very good dish. And the Angus bitters really brings it out. And when you use the coconut milk, you get that extra coconut flavor that you're looking for. If you use regular milk, it sort of dilutes it down. You don't want it to be diluted down. And the Angus bitters actually works so well with the vanilla in this recipe. So we got 1 whole hour of this waiting for this thing to get done. I'll show you. I didn't even know what it was till my husband brought it to my attention, because he was from Barbados. Here it is. This is it. Okay? And if you can't find it in your store, you can't find it anywhere else. I'm not answering that. That's my son calling. One of them. You can order this on Amazon if you don't have a West Indian store. West Indians usually have it in their store. If they don't, you can get it there. Okay? So we have 1 long hour of waiting, and believe you me, if you're baking it, believe you me, your family's going to smell it. You can't miss it. And a good West Indian will say, oh yeah, you did it. The only thing I didn't show you how to do was to crack a coconut, because I figured when I did it, I'm usually at it for about a half hour and smashed fingers in the process and cutting myself trying to get the coconut out of its shell. But it came out really, really sakra. Okay, I'm glad you like baking. I do too. But it came out in 1 whole piece, which shocked me. And I said, you know, I could have showed them if I knew it was going to be this easy. Anyway, if you want to buy a coconut, or how to buy a coconut, it's got to be heavy, all right? And you've got to shake it and hear that liquid in there. If you don't hear the liquid, then you know it's already gone bad. So be aware of that. But if it's light and it shakes, it's still green. You need a heavy coconut, and when you shake it, you'll hear the liquid, and then you know it's a good one. I had to learn that too. Because most Americans will buy dry coconut, sweetened coconut, and they cook with that. But in the West Indies, they crack these things. Hi, W-W-E, I can't pronounce that, so we'll just say hi, W. Okay, that's the safest thing I can do. Now, since I have coconut milk left, and I've got some coconut sweetened flakes, I could sit there and take this. I could either make a coconut pie, or either I could make coconut muffins, but then I won't waste the coconut milk. You see, I don't want to waste it. Okay, JR. Yeah, a fresh coconut. And believe you me, be careful. You can smash your fingers as you're twisting that coconut and hitting it with a hammer, your husband's favorite hammer. I've done that too, and people see me with Band-Aids on my fingers. So I don't know if I'm going to make a coconut cream pie, and instead of using milk, use coconut milk with the coconut flakes. This is, for this recipe, yes. You're going to get a lot of coconut. You get the fresh coconut milk. And remember, when you dehydrate them, I guess you could say basically a lot of people buy the sweetened ones, so they add sugar to it. But dehydration just takes the liquid out and causes the concentration of the nutrients in there. Remember that whenever you're buying dehydrated. Okay. But I like the full flavor of the fresh coconut in this bread. It doesn't go really well. Though I know a lot of seniors, West Indians, if they end up with arthritis or something, she will sit there and buy the package to make it easier for her to work with her hands. I've known 2 or 3 ladies that were up there that were West Indians, and I said, you don't crack coconut? She said, honey, you see these hands? I've got to make it easier for me. So I understand that. All right, now, mine will be done at 2:27, like I told you, so I don't think you want to hear me for a whole hour walking around, all right? So I will be back in 1 hour, and it'll be part 3, and you will actually get the final results of it. I'll make sure that it's alive. So I'll see you then. Take care for now. See you in about an hour.